There's nothing important there. Ye gods, did you see that? That was cool. Hello, everyone who just wants to watch big things smash against each other. No, get your head out of the gutter. I was here first. I am BorderWise, and welcome back to From the Depths. And welcome to Fight Day, mates. It's a good day for a fight, ain't it? I don't know why I spontaneously turned Australian. So, some of you might know that the other day I had the Drakenslang Mark III beat up Gmodism's Gimle class battleship. And some of you might also know, hopefully, that just the other day Gmodism had the Mark III updated version of the Gimle fight off against the Drakenslang Mark III. Fight off. I should have thought about this intro better. But anyway, I won't spoil what happened in his video. You're gonna have to go watch it, aren't you? But I will say one interesting thing in the way he spawned the battle. He was quite generous and spawned them quite far apart. I think 3,000 meters is the standard that he uses for spawning giant battleships apart from each other. I do 2,000 meters because I'm a silly person, I guess. So in this particular matchup, the advantage is actually for the Gimle, because they start a lot closer together, which means that these terrifyingly big cram cannons are more likely to hit their target, especially on the initial pass of the Drakenslang, because it needs to swing around to do its broadside. So, before I forget, I'm going to turn off all the render distance mod stuff, because otherwise this battle is going to take approximately 1,000,000 billion years, and that's not good. Alright, best of 3, round 1, let's go! So, in case anyone has forgotten, the Drakenslang Mark III is all offense, no defense. It is all about, it just drives fast and has a lot of APS. And that looks terrifying. Okay, that's a lot better than it could have been. And for anyone who doesn't know or has forgotten, the Gimle Mark III, it has time-fused crams now. It's terrifying. Aha! That's not nearly as bad as it could have been. Honestly, the original version of the Gimle tended to do much better on this initial pass. So the Gimle is in the lead. So now they're swinging around. One of the biggest differences on the Mark III Gimle, I forgot to put it in its fleet colors. This is a travesty. Oh well, is that what the hell are these things called? The Arca Ballista. I forget the full designation. Apologies, Gmodism. These big, scary sniper railguns. On the old Gimle, they exclusively aimed beneath the waterline, which meant that, like, kind of by accident, the Drakenslang hard countered it because it has almost nothing beneath the waterline. It's a hydrofoil, both the older ones and this new one. Now, that big scary sniper railgun aims at above water blocks as well, so it's very strong. Degraded Mode, my old friend, it is so good to see you. How have you been? You must die. You get a cookie if you get that reference. I have recently rewatched a certain internet video series. So, what have we got here? We've got a whole bunch of shells and stuff, zipping through. Oh, wait! Degraded mode is off? Degraded mode is off! No, it isn't. No, it isn't. What a foolish thought I had. Right, so currently Draki 3 is winning, surprisingly. I expected it to get, like, to lose a turret or two on that initial swing past Gimle. But no, she's doing just fine. So, this appears to be consistent with what was happening over in Gmodism's video, is that, like, these time crams are actually, weirdly enough, they're worse at hitting the Drakenslang, because the Drakenslang wiggles around so much, entirely by design. She constantly moves in a kind of wiggly S shape, specifically to throw off cram cannons. And I was very flattered when Gmodism in his video said that there must be like some sweet breadboard controlling that. No, you simply just turn the your PID up to maximum and make it like very much overcorrect a lot, and that's what does it. That is how you make a ship go wiggly wiggly. You can see just how constantly these azapods are twitching. They're constantly twitching and switching. Of course, when I look at them, they don't friggin' do it. Alright, so the Gimle is getting absolutely Tyrannosaurus Shrek'd, not to make too far a point on it. I'm also very happy to see that the Draki 3 doesn't actually, like, violate... Bloody hell, those are big Diffrods. Mother of pearl. I'm happy to say that, like, to hear that she doesn't actually violate any particular rules of the, like, Gimle-style tournaments. I thought she would. I thought she'd drive too far away from the target. For the reference, she is now... Well, she's, like, roughly she's under 3,000 meters away. I guess 3,000 meters is what you do. So, yeah, those, what does she use? She uses AP... I've forgotten what shell she said. I don't know what's happening. Let's go see. Find the shell, find the shell. Yeah, so it's AP Heat and AP Heat Frag, which is a really damn good shell. It is, like, really nothing to complain about. It's just really versatile, does crap tons of damage. And in particular against something like the Gimle, which has so much empty space in it, it works incredibly well, because it means those fragments can reach across and tickle its insides oh so well. So it looks like Draki's taking this first fight, because the Gimle has, like... I feel bad now, because, like, I was one of the many people telling Gimle, hey, use timed frags, they work great. And, they're not working so great right here. That cram didn't even... I don't think that cram would have hit anyway, but, like, you know... Blah, 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 blah. And the mortars... It is actually impressive how close the mortars actually get to doing things. That is a big chunk of stuff that just fell off. I think that's the RKVC doing that. Thankfully, and this is something that Gimle commented on, which I was thrilled to see, one of the big advantages of Draki 3 is that she's empty in the middle. That is actually a really good tip for broadsiders, is that you want to put your block clusters, like, towards the fore and aft, because those things wiggle around the most, which means that, especially, like, slow weapons, like big diff shells or crams or whatnot, they will aim for the bit that's wiggling around, and they will miss. Very, very good. It also means that piercing shots will basically do nothing if they hit you straight in the middle, which is fan-dabby-dozy. Right, I don't remember everything that was changed about Gimle 3. You're gonna have to go and watch Demorism's videos to find out. He's the one who built it. But yeah, it looks like Draki is taking it and doing very well, and I am thrilled! Absolutely thrilled, and I am quite happy. Like, both Gmorism and one person commenting on Draki 3's workshop page has said it's a market improvement, and I'm like, yay! So sometimes less is more in From the Depths. It's just went full firepower and like speed and evasion, and that does the trick. Like, really, that's all you need. Is the laser still working? I'd be very... Of course it isn't. It is now a constant source of amusement for me that little token laser on the back gets turned off really easily. Where is the laser component? I'm guessing the RKVC managed to put a nice big railgun slug straight through it. Or... no. Nope, it did. Yep. Turned it off. Which is one of the problems with lasers, because they're very vulnerable to that kind of piercing thing. It's a great big lump of materials. Ooh, those were very close. Those were very close. Those were very close. Ironically, and I don't want to give too much of the game away, so to speak, I am working on a campaign battleship type thing at the moment. Don't worry, you will see it eventually, hopefully. And I was having real trouble with cram cannons, because as it turns out, it's really hard to stop a decent cram if you're, like, you know, if you're trying to make an actual ship as opposed to a funky hydrofoil that drives at a zillion miles an hour. This is how you deal with cram, actually. There is literally, basically no penalty whatsoever for making your ship drive at, like, stupidly high speeds. And yeah, so yeah, the Draki 3, it's just firepower and speed and redundancy, and that is actually what really does it. Because those three things are defensive measures, because remember, best defense is blowing up the other guy before they can hit you. Those three things work on damn near everything. Like, if the Draki can reliably hit something, she can reliably beat it because she'll just outlast it. I believe she did manage to kill the Pyre, actually. Oh, that reminds me. While we're just hanging out here talking while the Gimle... Are those crams going to hit? That one looks pretty good, actually. Nope, it exploded too early. And this one... I wonder... I need to double check on... I need to double check, actually, whether the Gimle Mark III has a delay on the laser targeters, because if she doesn't, that's probably why those are consistently missing. One improvement that is... Oh, yeah. That... Yep, that turret's disabled. That is not firing anymore. Oh, dear. Finally, a good cram shot. Because the thing is, you only need a few lucky big cram shots in order to turn things off. On basically anything, really. Yeah, that's another one that is... Yep, the B turret is not doing good. Draki has taken damage. She's not having it all her own way. She's lost all the props and jets on the right side, as you'd expect. She's slowed down a lot. The crams could still do anything. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And do you hear the Gimle singing? No! She's concentrating on what she's doing. Like all good battleships do. What the hell was I saying? Alright, so having a completely empty midsection is actually a really good defense against nukes. Because ramming craft, or melee craft in general, they go for the center of your craft. It's just what they do by default. And so if there's nothing important there, they don't do anything, and it's fantastic. I think Draki will win. I think it will be kind of close, though. Closer than I personally would like. But you know what? You can't have everything. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Once you've eaten it, it's gone. You will not be able to... I always have thought that that saying tended to be said backwards. Because it's like you can't eat your cake and... Like, it should be you can't eat your cake while still having it. Because it's like, you know, like once you've eaten it, it's gone. It's gone, mate. It's gone. Relax. So I think one particular reason Draki's not doing as well as she could be is because these railguns, the Arca Ballistas, they're, yep, they are still online. She hasn't managed to turn any of them off. How was the battery power of this thing? Doing absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. That is actually an interesting idea for cluster aimpoint spoofing, is have crams just so the enemy AI doesn't go for your railguns first. That's a funky idea. Honestly, I kind of want to make a ship that is just nothing but high-velocity railguns, but like lots of individual turrets. So it just has a nice, gorgeous volley. I think, yeah, the Draki 3 also has incendiary shells. I think that particular combination is just really good. Hang on, let's have a look-see. That is not one of them. How about this? Yes! So it has AP Incendiary Frag as well, which is one of the reasons why I can rip through heavy armor like much faster than you'd think, is because it's just like, so the armor gets nice and soft, and particularly against something like the Gimle, which has a lot of wood in it. It's just like, you know, the wood gets melted away in fairly good order. Alright, Draki, you better... I think the Draki's slowed down a lot. Yep, she has slowed down a lot. What's her speed? Her speed is 61 meters per second, which is still fast enough to dodge cram cannons. But not... Wow, that mortar is way off. Thankfully, also one particularly handy trick here, you might be wondering how this thing is still able to steer with half the propulsion shut off, roughly. The secret is that every single propeller on this, I mean, the propellers on the hull, not the azipods, they're using breadboard thrust vectoring. So yeah, it only has half of them on one side, doesn't matter. The thing will still wiggle around to its heart's content. Alright, let's see. That's really big holes. Oh, that looked important. What was that? That was some kind of gun. Not one of the big railguns, unfortunately. Wow! Gimle was almost ripped in half, like through the B turret there. Well, not the B turret. How does it work again? How do things work? Can anyone tell me how things work? I've tried to figure that out my whole life, and it's never happened. Also, I keep forgetting that, like, the timer up there is a filthy liar. That's in-game time, not real time. Oh, looks like that laser got turned off. That's very convenient. That just means that... Nope, never mind, it was not turned off. It was just... It was having a breather. Its snoot got hot. Also, I completely forgot that there was a particle cannon up there. Also, yeah, Gimle 3 seems to... Alright, she bounces. She does a bounce. Which doesn't really help when something is this big, but you know what? Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Also, I finally, like, Gmodism, in case you missed the notification, you'd think communicating online is easy. That, like, the idea, like, Gmodism actually went on my community page of the channel and asked 3 pertinent questions, one of which is, do I want to go on his podcast again? The answer is yes, and as for the topic, I think cram cannon balance would be a fun thing, simply because that's something I love to rant about. And Gmodism is a fellow cram enthusiast, so that would be great fun. And what else did I say? What else was there? I forgot. My brain just did a blanky blank. Silly me. Oh yeah, right. Not to, this. I don't know when this will happen, if it'll happen, but I'm super keen to like make a $1 million land ship big tank thing and like. Have it fight Gmodism's version of the same thing. That would be very fun. I think that would be a real hoot. Because I have an idea for a landship tank thing, and it'd be really fun. Here's the thing. You don't see many landships in From the Depths. Not really. I guess you occasionally do, like the land-based custom campaigns, of which there are a few. You do get them. But unfortunately, like, you know, you don't really get something Drakenslang-sized on treads, which I think is a missed opportunity. Hey, Draki, how are you doing? I'm seeing muzzle flashes from... Ooh, I think it's... Nope, it's 2 turrets. 2 turrets still firing. Very redundant APS we have here. Half the turrets still have at least 1 gun in them, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. Can she keep it up to take 3 more hit points? Not hit points. Yeah, I guess it is hit points. If you assume everything has 100 health, that is a hit point. Alright, I think Draki's gonna win this. Gimle put up a good fight, though. Like, the RNG really does have, like, a lot in this game, if that makes sense, simply because it's like, it just, you know, just one lucky cram hit can, like, down things that normally would, like, not care about crams at all. Damage has, from the Draki has slowed a lot. It's slowed a lot. It's looking very messy in here. Who made such a mess? At least she turned the laser off. Also, I am hoping, like, at least one of these fights, the superstructure on the Gimle falls off. Simply because it's so bloody cool when that happens. It really is. Oh, someone's having trouble restoring battery energy. Which means the railgun cannot rail the gun. Do not rail guns without proper safety procedures, otherwise you will hurt yourself. I think a chunk of health just fell off the Drakenslang. What happened over there? Not that much. Those shells, the shells off the Drakenslang look slow until you realize that it's like 3 kilometers away. So yeah, nope, it's you know, the shells, they go zoom. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Alright. Alright, the Gimle is at 56.7% health. Alright, Draki, you can do it. Show the world what you're made of. You're made mostly of wood, for cost purposes. I'm also kind of proud of myself, like, admittedly, the Drakenslang is like designed with the Gimle in mind. Oh, that's 10 minutes. It's the 10-minute mark. Alright, we didn't get to see Gimle despawn. I do have a time limit for this kind of thing, but Draki very clearly won that, and I don't think the Gimle would have come back from that, because just one... Let's see, actually. Like, I'm breaking my own rules here. I'm in charge here! Mwahaha! What you gonna do about it? Nothing? Exactly. Alright, come on, let's see that superstructure fall off. Fire's actually really good for that. Fire is very good for just like, it just innocently burns away. And yeah, come on, I want to see the super striker fall off. You can do it, you can do it. Well, that laser turret fell off. Come on, one more percentage health, Dracky. One more, you can do it. You could do it. Like, I think all of these cram cannons are like severely damaged, and like, I think the next battleship that Gimle makes, if he goes all in on like railguns like this, I think it'll be an absolutely terrifying build. Because there's ways of making railguns material and energy efficient, and that is just to have them fire more slowly. That way, you don't need to generate energy as fast. And am I practicing what I preach? No, because I basically never use railguns because I am lazy and they are expensive. So honestly, I am like possibly closest to a real-world government in my approach to making things in front of the depths. And there you go, 2 damaged. Just a you know, bonus minute or so. All right, enough of my silliness. Actually, we're going to have a little bit more of my silliness because it's best of 3. All right, so I will correct the travesty that I did, which is not put the Gimle in her gorgeous colors. It is convenient, actually, that Gimle's the army of Gimle fleet colors are exactly the same, pretty much, as the Twin Guard. I don't remember if that was on purpose or not, but it does make sporting in the Gimle very convenient. Also, by the way, the last art stream, which I did not save because, frankly, I was in an emotionally drained mood for personal reasons on the last art stream I did, so I did not save the VOD. It is poor television, but the drawings from that are pretty good, and it is fan art of the Drakenslang and the Gimle. So hopefully by the time you see this, I will have posted it on the channel, and you get to look at it. And if you don't, well, I guess I could flash it on screen right now. Future me, remember to flash things on screen right now. In fact, make a note of it. In fact, you will make a note of it in the notepad, but first you're going to hit the start button on this here fight. Round 2, let's go! Don't mind... Ah! Don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me, I'm typing. If anything else... If anything cool happens, let me know. It's like, show art. And there's a whole 4 exclamation points. And those missed, but they did... Did they take out an Azapod? No, they didn't. Oh, lordy. Right, so here is where things get very laggy. To start off with, is oh, those are crams that look very dangerous. Yep, that's 4% health lost immediately. What did that do? That looked like... Oh, phew, that was just armor. And we've immediately lost one of the propelly things. Propeller man. That... What was that? Okay, so the Gimle didn't... Wow! Okay, it just had the top of its head shot off. Sorry I missed that. I was typing. So this is looking pretty similar to last time. Whee! Oh no, that was a good shot. Ouch! Am I seeing APS? Yep, I'm seeing a lot of them. Alright. C turret, not looking very healthy. 2 out of 3 guns basically turned off. Ooh. My phone just went bzzzt. What am I gonna do? Okay, looks like Gimle has gotten her eye in and she's holding a bit of a grudge. Okay, phew. Whew. I was sweating in me underpants, seeing them crams come in. Alright, let's see here. Also, have you ever noticed, it's not just me and Gmodism, I think it's pretty consistent, correct me if I'm wrong, with people doing From the Depths footage, they tend to, if it's their craft versus another craft, they tend to focus on the craft that's not theirs. And I understand that completely because it is painful to see your baby get shot at. Alright, let's see. How are you doing, Dracky? How much speed have you lost? You are moving at 80 meters per second, which is very, very nice. Please stay on the Gimle's buttocks. And in fact, if you can, please shoot off all her Azapods. That would be very nice. So yeah, this is one of the advantage of having a monosider, is that if you only are trying to face one way to the target, it means that anything that's faster than you and happens to be going well, presenting the same side to you can get behind you. I think that might be... Well, there's a lot of reasons why you probably don't see monosiders that often. Aside from frontsiders, of course. That looked important. What was that? The Arqueballista is actually very good at shooting those off because they're held on by, like, hopes and a prayer for the most part. Also, if you're wondering why these propellers here are only 2 blades, it's because, you, like, how do you explain this? For anyone who doesn't know, the actual block collision of these props is just where you place the blocks. That looked bad. Let's see, are there any fun blocks that fell off? Not really. I think that was mostly armor. Yeah, so the Draki's armor, by the way, is, no, wait, I should finish talking about the thing. Basically, it means you can run over land, and the propellers can visually clip through land, but they don't get damaged, and it's very nice. Hell was I talking about? Alright, so, Draki's armor, by the way, should mention that. It is just a whole crap ton of alloy and wood for lightness and cheap hit points. It is not especially good, it is just thick. I think the Gimle is landing shots a lot more often this round. Deek as hell. Like, on the one hand, as a lifelong cram gunner, or close to, I can say for sure it's very painful when crams miss by inches like that. On the other side, if you're the one being crammed at, near misses like that make your butthole clench like absolutely nothing else. I would not envy anyone who is on the Drakenslang right now. Actually, I wouldn't envy anyone on either of these ships, because naval battles are not fun when you are on the ships in question. I think I just saw a chair go flying. Yep, there it is. Terribly sorry, your feast hall is being damaged. Take that. Yep, it's aiming... Please stop aiming for the superstructure. That's not very nice. I mean, if it falls off, that's a huge chunk of health gone, but, oh, this whole fight is more even than I would like. Alright, that's probably going to miss. Yep, it not only did it miss, it... Wait a minute, if these have inertial fuses, I wonder if they're too strict. Nope, that is a time fuse that was misbehaving. Yeah, man, I feel like, here's the thing. Timed crams, there's pros and cons to them, you know? There really is. On the one hand, you do scratch damage where otherwise you would do nothing, but on the other hand, sometimes the stupid things detonate too early and they do less than what they normally would. So honestly, the smart thing to do is to have a mix of them. Like, to compensate. Like, have one cram not have a time fuse and the other... Like, I need to test that. I need to test everything. Basically, with From the Depths, you need to test everything again. That is an interesting laser turret thing. What is going on in there? Oh, yeah, that's a lasery thing. It's interesting it can still fire out. That's impressive. How much Ducka is actually coming off Draki? Because she's definitely had one turret disabled. How many are firing? Okay. A, B, C has one thing moving. Is this disabled, or is it just having a smoko? For anyone who does not know Australian / New Zealand slang, smoko is basically your lunch break. It's like, yeah, smoko. It's when you go have a smoke, mate. Even if you don't smoke. Smoko is equal opportunity, thankfully, because cigarettes are bad for you. Also, obligatory public health announcement that my doctor friend would absolutely want to remind you of is that vaping is not a safer, healthier alternative to smoking that helps you quit. It is even worse because it has, you know, the same ingredients that are used in antifreeze, you know, to stop water condensing and give it that lovely puff of, like, water vapor. Yeah, so the stuff, the same ingredients used to make antifreeze, which are highly toxic and terrible for you, is used in vape cartridges, so don't touch it. And that's not even the nastiest things that found in there. There's like lead and stuff in there. So public service announcement, just in case anyone watching this vapes, don't. Like, honestly, cigarettes are healthier because you can recover from any lung damage that cigarettes inflict from you. It takes a while, and the sooner you quit the better, but you can recover from it. If you put antifreeze ingredients in your lungs, that's permanent. That, you literally cannot recover from that. The micro-scarring, like, you know, your... whatever the hell those tiny... basically, the tiny, fragile bits of your lungs, they pop and are damaged permanently. And you don't want that, because that is bad. Oh, hey, look at that! Snipe the pothole cannon. Perfect. Okay, then, this is more even than I would like, honestly. Oh, gods, those crams are on target. Or missing by inches. Alright, Draki has lost a lot of speed here. I think her engine compartment got taken out. Yep, she is slowing down considerably. She is at 60 meters per second. That laser is very strong. It is big and mean and mighty unclean. Please keep shooting for the middle of the Drakenslang because there's nothing important there. Ye gods, did you see that? That was cool. Damn it, I need to play with railguns more. That... admittedly, that wasn't a very good shot by that Arcaballista, but it did manage to essentially give this turret a very close haircut, and it looked really cool. And ultimately, that's why we're here. Oh, please don't kill my Draki. You killed my bloody Drak. That rear turret is not doing well. See, this is what happens. Like, you just get lucky a few times with the cram cannons. This is what happened when I combat tested Draki 3, like, repeatedly against the first Gimle. Is that, you know, like, if a lucky shot, if her engines got taken out and she can't drive fast, that's kind of it. That's goodbye, that's all she wrote. Those are gonna explode right over the top. Oh my god! Okay, that exploded in the middle, so that could have been a lot worse. Also, it was hilarious, actually, in Gimle's video, how this afterthought diff gun, which isn't diff C-was, by the way, it's just regular diff, like, that somehow survived every fight. When, in every test I ever did, that's one of the first things to get shot off. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. What is happening? The Gimle is getting a decent broadside in. It's like consistently staying at, yeah, the Drakenslang is not actually going behind her butt as much as I personally would like. Uh-oh, that looks like it's on target. No, it isn't. Those timed fuses are... I don't think they're set up correctly. No disrespect to Gimleism, but I think they need a bit more of a delay on them. Because they are, multiple times, there are things that, like, really... Like that one. That would have taken out that, that turret. Why did I point at the screen? The webcam's not on. Yep, and there's an Arcaballista. It just... Ooh. Draki's not doing so hot this time. There's what... Alright, so the... Yep, that turret just got hit some more, but it was already basically disabled. Yeah, it's gone. So in case anyone's wondering, every single one of these turrets has not only its own AI compartment that is on the turret itself. The reason for this is that, well, it means that by the time you AI dead the thing, you've already taken out all the guns anyway, so it means that defense can be concentrated around the guns. It seems to work pretty well. I do not like how even this is. Yes, I know Draki's in the lead, but it only takes a few good cram shots to change that completely. I just sensed with my spidey set... Oh my word, those mortars are almost hitting. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. I do not like that Sam I Am. I do not like this in a pram. I do not like it on the Lamb. I do not want to go to Oxfam. Because I don't need second-hand clothing? I don't friggin' know. You try improvising rhymes on the spot. I actually seriously do. Improv is great fun. I certainly would not be nearly as good at the content creation if I was bad at improv. I am average at improv. Oh, this fight is more, it's closer than the first one, that's for sure. I think I need to let this one go the distance as well, because, like the Gimle might win this. Drakenslang is in the lead, but not by much. Also, there's friggin... Oh, wait, these, that's one Arcaballista that is disabled. Barrel got sniped off. That one is kind of disabled, or at least not as accurate as it could be. I think the Gimle is catching up. It might very well be catching up. Both laser turrets are disabled, interestingly enough. Huh. Right, 13% health lead, very nice. Gonna need you to focus on the bits which are shooting at you. That's gonna hurt a lot. Oop, yep, that hurt a lot. Alright, so basically we have... I think there's only 2 APS, 2 and a bit APS is even functional on Draki, so no, like, don't be fooled by the health lead. The Draki has redundancy, the Gimle has more redundancy, like a lot more. And it keeps shooting at stuff that is already disabled, which is always annoying when it happens. This turret in particular, Draki seems to have a grudge against for some reason. Meanwhile, these two back here, oh yeah, this is where the RNG can screw you, because the ones on the rear are the ones that can shoot at the Drakenslang most consistently. And that's not good. Ah! It was also fun to see Gimle also, ooh dear, that's not good. What fell off? It felt like both ships suddenly had a giant drop in health. What happened to you? Oh, that's what happened. One of the turrets got hit. Oh, the mortars are actually landing now. That's bad. There's like 2 guns. Well, 3 if you count the diff gun, which I really don't. Ooh. Draki slowed down a lot. Draki slowed down a lot. Yep, she's at 54 meters per second. That's the danger zone when crams are being shot at you. You want to be consistently above 50 meters per second and constantly changing direction. To consistently avoid crams. Those mortars are actually... Oh god, the mortars are actually hitting. I don't like that. Please keep hitting the rear of the Drakenslang. That's where the broken guns are, which we don't care about. Alright, what happened over here? There was quite a significant health drop. What happened? Not much, actually. Oh, the lasers turned off. That's nice. Ooh, this is a tighter fight. I mean, it feels tight for me. Like, to an outside observer, it's like, what are you sweating about? You are maintaining a steady 13% health lead. This is why doing consistent damage is a great way to prevent damage, because every little piece of cram you shoot off is less damage for that cram cannon. That's gonna... oh no! Oh no! How is this gun still firing? That seems silly. Wait, what? This one came back online. I didn't have repair bots. Hang on a second. Did I have repair bots on this? Surely I didn't. Surely. Slot counter, ordered by name. If I have repair bots on this thing, I'm going to scream, because that's very rude. That is against all... Nope, I don't. Okay. If you're wondering how I could forget that, it's because I'm very forgetful, and there's like literally 4 if you count the 1.5 version of the Drakenslang, versions running around, and I've used at least one of them in a campaign before. I used that in the Caravonian Rebellion, and it worked terribly. Ships these big are not good for the campaign. They're just too big, and like they're not efficient. Really not efficient. What am I looking at here? I'm seeing turrets fall off. That's nice. It's very nice. Ooh, that was a big hit over there, though. What happened? Those arcaballistas are the bane of my life. Yes, thank you for going for the gun that's already dead. Much obliged. Much obliged indeed. Oh god, that looks painful. Ooh, mama! Ooh, mama, baby! Mama baby buzz. So this is the downside of having lots of redundant propulsion on the outside of your craft, is that it does get shot off pretty easily. And that's a shame. Okay then. Alright, still a very consistent 13% health lead, I do have to say. Draki is consistent if nothing else, and that pack is damaged, and that's very nice. And yeah, these 2 Arcaballista turrets are the thing absolutely carrying this for the Gimle. Well, that's time. But you know what? I'm gonna let this go because I'm genuinely curious. It really only Like, Draki is, like, badly damaged. Like, all her weapons are damaged. So I want to see, actually, technically, already won, but also, like, you know, rah, 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 noises, zombie noises. Go watch my zombie short, it's fun, if you haven't already. I hope you have. I really enjoyed making zombie noises for it. Why does From the Depths not have a zombie mod? I don't know how you'd do that, but it would be funny. I guess just have fleet colors be green and have one giant faction with, like, all the faction ships in it. Could be a nice, silly custom campaign, honestly. Okay, then, Draki, work your magic. Work your dragon magic. Run along the surface of the water like a silly person. Oh, she is slowed down. She's slowed down a lot. I don't like this! She's at 57 meters per second. Could be worse. Could be worse. Jeez, and this is why you gotta make your ships low slung. Ooh, baby. Also, I am very much a fan of making deck armor 4 meters thick, because it allows you to have a rudimentary air gap, and it's also neat and tidy if you... I tend to make my internal compartments of everything exactly 4 meters tall, because it's like the height... It's the length of a 4 meter beam. That's a building habit that is not good or bad, it's just kind of how I do it. And, very conveniently, it means that if you make a necklace turret, the body of it is exactly 8 meters tall. 2 beams. Very nice. I like using beams. I like using beams. Everyone likes to use beams. Ooh, I just noticed that the health lead is slightly more in the Draki's favor. It is a 14% health lead, roughly, as opposed to 13%. Have you taken out... Nope, you have not taken out the energy things. Energy things? The electricity production. Oh my goodness, is there only... Oh, yikes. Oh no, that front turret's disabled. There's literally only one gun left. Oh no. Right, yeah, that's literally the only gun left. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Ooh. Now this is technically a win for Draki, but morally this is a victory for the Gimle, because the Gimle has a whole bunch of scary railguns left, and Draki does not. Should I do a third fight? I kind of want to. Gmodism did 3 fights, and I like to see the ships fight. They are big and shooty, and they make the big shooty things happen. Whee! Yeah, no, Draki did not enough redundancy. I was nervous about the Arcaballistas aiming above the waterline, and I was correct, because I think they took out the engines enough for like crams to actually land occasionally, which is exactly what you want. Admittedly, the Gimle's not looking super healthy either. So long as that one gun stays alive, it'll eventually take a turret off. If it does, that's it. Or not, that might be disabled. Nope, it's not disabled. Oh yeah, there's another one just hidden in there. Funny. Oh, yikes. Oh, that was close. Don't aim for my one turret that's still alive. How dare you? How dare your face? How dare your face and body? Come on, Draki. Come on, we believe in you. Come on. We believe in you. You will do it. Do it now. Now. Literally just 5% hit points to go. You snipe a turret off and, like, you'll be good. Admittedly... Ooh, wait a minute. What the hell? Wait, there's multiple guns firing. What's happening over there? Is it running out of ammunition or something? Maybe the ammo... Oh my god. How did that gun survive? Well, I think Draki is the real zombie in From the Depths. What the hell, man? Maybe it just took a long time for things to load. But she's firing again. Alright, here's the deal. If, Oh, no, we have to do a third round. We have to! I'm over-caffeinated. I want to see more fights happen. This is very peaceful. Okay, I'm just gonna chill until something interesting happens. Okay, that was a nasty, nasty hit. Nasty, nasty, and I keep hearing engine explode. These two have beaten the absolute stuffing out of each other. Drakenslang is currently more holes than boat, and the Gimle is really more holes than boat. Although if Draki keeps aiming for this one railgun here, basically I'm wanting to see what happens first. The Drakenslang despawning, or the Gimle running out of materials. It's a close one. It's interesting to see that like the Gimle burns a lot more materials than Drakenslang does, and I think that's just because it's using a lot of steam turbines and stuff to generate electricity, and also it has a lot of upprops to maintain its altitude in the water. So yeah, that. Like, yeah, I know it's kind of lame, but I really want to see this play out to the end. I want to see who wins, damn it, even if it's only a moral victory. The Gimle did really damn well. It just goes to show you, just driving fast isn't always enough to escape a cram cannon. Really what you want to do is keep your distance and bob up and down as well. Also, I've really got to get in the habit of using big, nasty hollow points. I want to spam hollow points, damn it. I think it'll be really fun. I want to be full Megalodon and spam hollow points. That I think maybe the Drakenslang's... Oh, it's... Nope. It still has one gun firing. So long as one gun is still firing, she's still fighting. That might not last much longer, though, because, yeah, that Arqueballista just put a hole straight through the one gun that's still kind of alive. Yep, there's one gun occasionally firing. Ooh, boy. Ooh, lordy. Why do I even bother with my time limit? Oh, the Gimle is about to run out of resources. And she is going to run out of materials. She's at 3,000. She's at 2,000. She's at 1,000. And she's done. No more materials. Are you going to sink? What are you thinking about? She's still probably got a few shots left, I think. But yeah, no, she's done. She is done. Yeah, no more crams from her. Alright, so Drakenslang has effectively like proven that it was a win. It was a very, very close one, second round, but let's go on to the third one. Bonus third round, Draki has won 2 of 3, but we're gonna be cool and do it again, because I think that will be funny. Bonus round, let's see if the Gimle can come in clutch. I really do think that she does have a chance. If she takes out, if the Arqueballistas manage to take out the engines early, then the Drakenslang will slow down, and then there'll be more cram hits, and it'll just be a snowball effect to lead to a very dead Draki. So, yeah. I think she can do it. Most of the time she can't, but sometimes she can do it. Begin! And also, I can't believe it's taken me this long to mention that the Gimle has like delays on her crams now. So she waits for good detection information and then fires, which is a definite improvement. Those are scary. Okay. How did that really should have done a lot more than it did. Woo! Okay, round 3. Nope, it's not looking good for the Drakenslang. I got confused as to which was which. That is a lot of diff. That is a lot of diff. That is a lot of diff. Oh no, that is a lot of diff. That is my diff song. Yep. Okay, that was nasty. All right. When you can see the engine fires from the outside, generally a bad sign. All right. Let's see how well you're doing. You are definitely not doing. All right. You're still going 80 meters per second while turning, which is always very nice. No! Bad camera. Bad. Bollocks. Uh-oh. So this right here is why the diff gun usually doesn't survive very well. Never mind, it survives just fine. Whee! Alright, so Gimle is in the lead here. Gimle is in the lead. Degraded mode, my old friend. It's nice to see you. Like, cram shells I'm almost used to, but those diff rods going past is like, what the hell is that? It's like, oh, that's what that is. Alright, what is happening here? Bad news for that engine compartment. How fast are you going, sir? Do I need to give you a speeding ticket? Nope, you're at 85 meters per second. This is why it's always a good idea to have more engine power than you actually need on a craft, because inevitably some rude person is going to put railgun runs right through your thing. There's not much damage here. Draki, what are you aiming at? Okay, there we go. Oh, it's mostly aiming below the waterline. Oh dear. Yeah, I am not a fan of using ERA armor ever because it's a pain in the arse and like it works really well right up until like it's all blown away and it stops working. Okay, come on, go for that Arca-Ballista. You know you want to. Yes, yes. Turn this off. You know you want to. That looked very painful, actually. This is why having spaced armor and heavy armor in your turrets is a good idea. Yes! Oh, that one is the one that's a real problem for Draki. This thing turned off? That's good. We like that. Also, shout out to the Cram sound effects mod. I keep forgetting I have that installed. I keep forgetting that Cram cannons don't actually sound like that in front of the depths. Let's follow this Cram. Let's follow this Cram. Follow this Cram cannon. I guess it's my fault because, like, it is annoying how, like, if you do this, like... Right, let's see here. If you do that... Okay, no. Alright, I'm gonna stop complaining. User error. You gotta really aim at the shell you want to look at. What's this thing gonna do? This one is going to undershoot by a smidge and explode too early. I am a genius. It's almost like I've seen that happen before a lot. Wow, the front section is getting mauled here. Lots of surface damage. Oh my god! If that laser actually, yep, it took off one of the azapods. Oh dear, that's actually bad for the Drakenslang because if the whole front gets taken off, it's gonna do weird things. It's gonna lose a lot of turning because there are a lot of little custom jets over here. It's gonna lose turning, and if it loses the azapods as well, it'll lose speed. So that's bad. That's bad. We don't like that. Team Draki doesn't like that. Team Gibonism is probably thrilled. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, also, I forgot to mention, like, it is really good that the Gimle, the lambs is less fussy, although, did it remove the lambs entirely? The old Gimle, the offensive lasers would shut down if you just kept the lambs busy. Which is one of the reasons why the OG Draki like just spams big APS shells, because that keeps the lambs busy like nothing else. Yeah, what's this thing up here? Why is there a laser targeting thing here? I don't know why. Maybe it's a Dazzler. Okay then, so Draki is in a quite comfortable lead right now. Well, kind of comfortable. It's a 7% health lead. Let's see, is that, how are those? Yes! None of those Arca-Ballista can fire! Oh, she's creeping around the butt! Oh, that's the best place to creep if you don't want to get shot! Splendid. Okay, Draki doing very well, and the Cram cannons up the front consistently for some reason. Draki hates them. has a bit of a grudge against them. Let's see if Draki's face got burned off completely. It doesn't look like it. Thank goodness for smoke. Ooh, that's bad. How fast are you? Oh, she's dropped in speed. She's dropped in speed, lads. That's why putting all your propulsion on the outside might be a bad idea. Yarr, I don't know why it turned into a Scottish-Irish pirate farmer. What is Draki even aiming at? Okay, there's one laser beam disabled, which was probably just going to make the other ones stronger if they're off the same system. Sizzle, sizzle. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Fireburn and cauldron bubble. Stubble, stubble, wobble, wobble. Crubble, curl, bubble, bubble, nubble, nubble. Look, sometimes I just say things that rhyme, okay? Don't take it personally. Alright, 12% health lead. Draki doing very well. Draki doing very well indeed. We like this, we like this, we like this. We like this a lot. Yes, yes. 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 Wow, it is not... It was a magical moment when I was testing ammunition for Draki 3's guns. Chanced upon AP Frag and AP Incendiary, and just watching the block confetti was like, ho 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 ho! Splendid. Also, Gmod has him right to call me out for using supercavitation shells. If your shell is fast enough, it doesn't care how much water there is. No need for them. Okay, better to have more damage, as it turns out. Unless you're firing from underwater, in which case supercav is probably a good idea. I need to throw Draki 3 against the frickin'... what do we call it? What's it called again? The BBS 5th season. I am curious to see how well she does against it. Probably not great, because the BBS 5th season is... I think even through multiple game updates, I think that thing's still a beast. Bungalow Bill is bloody good at From the Depths and building nasty, nasty things. Does Bungalow Bill still do From the Depthsy stuff? I don't know. Someone let me know how they're doing. I would be interested to know. Yep, that one Arcaballista is, in fact, trained on target. That makes me scared. That makes me scared. Right, so not 20, 18% health lead. That is very nice. This is what happens if you are a silly Billy and leave Draki's guns alive to kill you. Wow, there's a friggin' market difference from round 2. Hell yeah, tickle the butt, tickle the butt, tickle the butt. That sounds weird. Also, I have noticed with AP Frag, they do have a habit of, like, severing chunks of hull off, which makes hit points drop very nicely. We like that. I believe APHE is still better against more compact designs, because HE gets a damage bonus in an enclosed space, which Frags do not. But against big air-filled pies like the Gimle... Why did I call it a pie? Mine drifted to Discworld for a second, I guess. So yeah, this is interesting and fun. Fun and interesting, yes. Whee! Draki is fun. Draki is fun. Gimle is fun. Giant battleships are fun. She's aiming for the superstructure like a big stupid person. AOG Invictus indeed. Also, I do it like Buddhism actually commented on this in his video as well. It's like the Drakenslang Mark III has no active defense at all. The Gimle has a lot of active defense. Absolutely none of which works against what the Drakenslang is packing. So, yeah, there's a warning there. I think the Drakenslang is slowed down, though. Yeah, okay, she's slowed down a little bit. I think maybe the Gimle is just not going as fast, and that just means she's holding position, I guess. That is a very comfortable lead, my goodness. But yeah, it's like, what the hell was I going to say? Oh yeah, so no, it's just active defense is a gamble. If you want, I think for campaign designs especially, like, you know, whatever active defense you've got, you have to know what enemy you're fighting, otherwise it is a gigantic waste of materials. Like, bringing, like, laser anti-munition defense along against, I think in particular the Steel Striders and Great Talons and Scarlet Dawn is a bit of a waste of time because they have big scary railguns, which does not care about lands at all. So that big expensive laser system effectively does jack diddly squat unless you've also rigged up an offensive laser to it. An offensive laser that spouts all kinds of horrible things. It talks about their mums, and no Norse person talks about the mums. Yep, that is a nice river of bullets coming from Drakenslang. Is like Drakenslang like, alright, round 2, you thought you had a chance. I'm gonna prove you wrong. That is a lovely block confetti. This is why we play the game. Bloody zillions of hours in the designer trying to figure out how to do things. It's all ultimately so we can watch battleships shoot each other. And then everybody makes a friggin' magic collection of floating fridges like the Laniakea, and then all of us are sad. I just made myself sad. Incidentally, I think I mentioned this before, the Drakenslang cannot take on the Laniakea because, well, the shells just aren't fast enough, so a lot of them miss, and they can't get through those stupid sub-object shields, and also the Drakenslang is, despite the big air gap in the middle, quite a compact design. So Burst Plasma loves compact designs. It goes om nom 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 and kills all your blocks. I think this cram turret is about to be severed. And if it is, that's going to look really cool. Damn. Well, this was an ass kicking. I think the Gimle is going to despawn before the timer even runs out. How's Draki doing? Draki's doing fine. She's just scooting along the water like the adorable giant menace that she is. Future me, you better have remembered to flash the art on screen because, ooh, that was a huge... Yep, and that's it. 2 damaged. Just all of that fell off. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I think that safely tells it that the Draki 3 pretty consistently can take on the Gimle Mark III, and I'm very proud of myself. Good game, Gmodism. Good game, good game. Now, bearing in mind that Gmodism loves to focus on building giant battleships, so he said in his video of Draki 3 versus Gimle 3 that Draki 3 is going to be a testing dummy for those future projects, and I'm looking forward to that. Whoa! Draki 3 getting some exercise, spreading joy, but also a lot of bullets. Well, this was an absolute holler and a hoot. Thank you, Gmodism, for making a Mark III for us all to play with. It is lovely and gorgeous. Thank you for taking my Draki out for exercise. She needs it. She gets slow and fat if you do not shoot at her regularly. That sounds weird. And thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like at the lowest tier, access to a Patreon exclusive Discord full of people like the General, who's the one who prompted me to make a Mark III Draki, and by gum, thank you, the General, for prompting me to do that, because it has actually brought joy into my life. I'm the kind of person who, like, I sometimes need my ass kicked slightly to go and do the thing that makes me happy. I'm weird like that. But once you're in there, there's other benefits as well. Like, you can watch my videos early and without ads, and considering the ad hellscape we live in, that is a very nice perk. I will also review your craft for you at the second highest tier. I'll build stuff for you at the highest tier, and draw stuff for you if you don't want that. And, yeah, check me out on Twitch, where I draw and do From the Depths and play other games. We're currently playing through Dawn of War at the moment, the definitive edition, and that is a real fun to absolutely curb stomp Xenos for the Emperor. So yeah, have a good one. I will see you next time. Let me know if you want to see Draki fight other things, because it's great fun watching her go. Farewell! I really hope this giant Norse party hall is insured.